injured here. 2v2 Medean Cliff Mines blue team. Alexandrius plays a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts out some pretty good damage, nice utility as well, can build structures and repair. Alongside, Void Weaver is a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat, great capping and harassing potential early on, with nasty control abilities later. Already harassing the Chaos Lord. Kris on the red team is an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights melee, lots of great buffs and some debuffs as well. And Scrubsworth rounds off red team as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good disruption and offense. Walks for Exarch, teleports away. Chaos Lord seem confused. Still harassing, and here come Howling Banshees out the gate for Void Weaver. Kris with triple Dire Avengers. Warp Spider again, teleports away. Chaos Lord's going to be forced off here, trying to get a kill the week on those Banshees, but Void Weaver knows it and is backing off, and there is the kill the week, and down he goes. Missed it. Kill the week is the starting ability for the Chaos Lord. Would have healed him up for each Banshee model he hit there, but of course he hit none of them. Farseer now going after these scouts. Not very tough for a melee commander. There's 630 hit points, but she has so much awesome support. She makes it work. 500, 477. Scouts don't lose a model. Yellow and pink Space Marines on the field for Alexandrius. Scouts do lose a model. Tactical Marines now trying to force off the Farseer, and they do so. Techmarine getting way too close. Was trying to force melee on some Dire Avengers, but triple Dire Avengers really put out some serious range DPS, and they force him off. If all these Dire Avenger squads get their aspects, which they might, that's going to be some crazy damage. Alexandrius would be good to get a Devastator, I think, to control those triple Dire Avengers. Scrubsworth with double Chaos Marines and Aspiring Champion Heretics. A very good setup, I think, for him versus Eldar, because if they do get a Shuriken, he can just run in his Chaos Lord with the Dark Halo up under Corn Worship and counter it. If his Chaos Lord was not on the floor, of course. Here come Tactical Marines using Kraken Bolts for some reason. Only buffs damage versus heavy infantry, and they might eat a grenade here. There it is, but it's too late. And here come Howling Banshees helping out. Tactical Marines do lose a model. Kris gets away relatively okay, or maybe not. This squad down to 2 models. Howling Banshees already over halfway to level 2, sorry. Aspect of Fleetness is up. Lots of great benefits, as well as dual power swords for the Exarch when she appears in tier 2. We do have an aspect on all 3 Dire Avenger squads. Damage buff, health buff, plasma grenades, fleet, and an energy shield. Lots of things for you to manage, or lots of things you can do as well. Banshee's running away. Mid is red, north is red. They have the 2-to-1. Chaos Lord is back to his feet. I assume he was revived by Kris, but I'm not sure. Wasn't paying attention there. Generator is now getting hit by double CSM. Double CSM with a Tunnel War can hit generators reasonably well. As you can see, that thing does not last long, goes down. Gives you a very solid DPS base in tier 2 with double CSM. Can be shut down by setup team, but he does have the Chaos Lord there to counter, and Dark Halo is up, and a Shuriken Cannon is on the way for Void Weaver. Let's see if this actually happens. The Chaos Lord countering that Shuriken. Can he do it? Storm Marines jumping in for Alexandrius. Tactical Marines on the way. Not often you see Tactical Marines out late in tier 1. Want some extra shooty against all of these Dire Avengers, but he does have Assault Marines which should be able to handily deal with the triple Dire Avengers, I think. Kris taking a huge risk with those triple aspect Dire Avengers. That's 45 power spent on them. Does he have any War Gear for the Farseer? Yes, has Fortune. Assault Marines getting right into base here, in between the 2 turrets, so they can't fire at them, as you can see. Now they come into the firing arc though, and wow, lots of Dire Avengers dead there, lots and lots of bleed. 27 requisition to reinforce those guys, and I think a bit of an overextension by Alexandrius, because now he has to retreat all the way back. Aspiring Champion Heretics letting these guys retreat without attacking them were worshipping a bit too late. They stopped worshipping. Where is the Chaos Lord at? Here he is. Dark Halo is not activated. Gives him an energy shield. There is the Dark Halo, and there is Corn Worship. Exactly what I said. And he's going to easily be able to tie up that Shuriken with his 30 DPS power melee weapon, starting off with the special attack there. 420, 456. Shuriken Cannon number 2 for Void Weaver, right in the face of those double CSM, forces them off quite easily. 419, 456. Triple Dire Avengers fleeting up to the north of the map, having a word with Void Weaver's Dire Avengers. They do finish the cap with a single there for blue team. Red team will cap mid. Blue team taking a natural bat's going to be a 2-1, or maybe not. With this guy capping time, he should do. Chaos Lord with that Dark Halo still up, being a real nuisance. Eldar Farseer gets away. Special attack helps her get away. 416, 450. Assault Marine is now going after the Chaos Lord. Does not have the energy to use Kill the Weak because all of his energy went on keeping his shield up. Now getting the Harness of Rage, which will buff his melee damage and allow him to regain energy with each melee strike. Such awesome synergy, obviously, with the Dark Halo. And a full retreat here from Alexandrius. What's going on? No need to retreat your Tactical Marines, certainly. Could have hit power. 406, 450. Techmarine capping mid, has no war gear yet. Here come the triple Dire Avengers of Kris. He's being reasonably mobile with them, isn't he? Has capped top or north. We have Aspiring Champion Heretics for Scrubsworth. Very solid tier 1 melee squad that counter other melee units very well with their Doom Blast. Those Banshees will need to watch out with double CSM and those Aspiring Champion Heretics there. Dire Avengers coming in for a grenade. There it is. Boom. The other one was a bit late, but the Shuriken does run away. Chaos Lord with Lightning Claws up. 100 DPS power melee weapon. Very, very expensive though. Surprised he went for this so early. Has no energy. Is in on the Shuriken, but needs some support. His CSM busy trying to force off ASM who jump them. There's some Corn Worship. Chaos Lord is going to go down here, trying to take out as many Banshees as he can before he does. Banshees do not lose a model and level to 2 because of that commander kill. Damn indeed. 380, 450. It's a double cap for blue team, for red team even. Blue team seem to be doing reasonably well though. Kris has gone for some fire dragons. Short range melter infantry, good damage to all targets, and they get a passive speed boost when they get their Exarch for 85-15. There it is. Orbital Exarch trying to decap, couldn't quite manage it. 354, 450. Tactical Marines have their Sergeant and they're getting the Stern Guard upgrade. Now they are immobile while they get this upgrade. 352, 445. Here we go. And there they are, first company Tactical Marines that can change ammo types to combat all targets. 352, 439. You can only get one Stern Guard squad. You have a Melter Gun Techmarine for some reason. All these melters on the field with no vehicles. Techmarine goes down all this range firefight. Good grief. Marines with their Sergeant gives them a power sword and they are jumping the Fire Dragons now. Need to get away. Fire Dragons cannot fleet though, I don't think. They got the passive speed increase instead, and that's a full retreat from Kris. Howling Banshees leaping over cover there to get into combat. Exarch is on the way, and there she is. Those dual power swords, she does almost 54 DPS of power melee by herself. They are very, very scary versus heavy infantry. Chaos Sword back to his feet. He's still level 1. Lots and lots of resources invested into him. I don't think he's quite paid off yet. Has helped force off the Shuriken Cannon at least once. Here's the Shuriken Cannon again. There's his Dark Halo up. And he's rushing it without Corn Worship support. And he gets into melee as well. Puts up his shield again. And the Shuriken does get away. Did a special attack. That's not what he wanted to do. 327, 417. Assault Marines jumping after the CSM. Scrubsworth will have to try to keep these two squads relatively apart so the Assault Marines don't jump both of them. Did a reasonable job of it there, and he has Markov's Inch of both of these guys and Aspiring Champion for both of these guys. So they are putting out some crazy range damage to other infantry right now. Good versus all infantry targets, especially heavy infantry. Very good also against enemy commanders, can really whittle down their health quite quickly. Chaos Lord acting as a huge focal point for red team's attack here, absorbing a lot of damage down to about half hit points. Good grief, double fire dragons now for Kris. Triple Dire Avengers, double fire dragons, is some serious range damage. 296, 417. Scrubsworth now getting a dreadnought. Techmarine is down. Has that melter gun. Not sure if he had anything else. Warps the Rex up with improved targeters. Is he going to revive? I'm not sure. It's a two-tone cap for red. Looking quite strong. Assault Marines jumping. This huge blob of Eldar stuff. Grenades going in. Good grief. And they all retreat. Could have microed that a bit better, I think. Splitting his forces up. Trying to force off the Assault Marines. But we do have Stone Guard veterans with Hellfire rounds, who are going to do a lot of damage to all that light infantry. Here comes the Chaos Lord. Whirlwind on the field for Alexandrius. I thought it was going to be a Razorback. Assault Marines jumping the Heretics, which could be a mistake. Here they come. Here come Howling Banshees. Huge engagement here. CSM need to run away. Really need to run away. Might lose this squad. Banshees chasing. Almost level 3 already, and they wiped the CSM and they hit level 3. Wow. 251, 417. Here is that Dreadnought. Luckily for the Dreadnought, these Howling Banshees do not have aspect of strength. Just power melee weapon attacks going in there, and easily able to force them off with some close combat autocannon roaring. Kris able to get back into the fight so quickly. This relatively mobile range force that he has. Does not have Exarchs up on his Dire Avengers though. There's a nasty grenade on the Fire Dragons. Did he not notice? Might lose both of those squads. Lots of grenades going in from Kris, but all on the same place and all miss. 194, 417, and he's in full retreat there. Why did he retreat? Just flee and back off. Chaos Lord level 2. Are we going to see a Bright Lance? We are going to see a Bright Lance from Void Weaver. And there is a Haywire grenade as well. This Dreadnought's in huge amounts of trouble. Heretics come in with some Pawn Worship. Scrubsworth losing his first Heretic squad, and down goes the Dreadnought. Scrubsworth struggling here. Blue team coming back into it big time. 147, 417. I need some VPs though. Eldar Farseer runs away. Has the Singing Spear, which is an anti-vehicle weapon. Could go after the Whirlwind with it, but has double Fire Dragons for that. So I think Doombringer would have been a better choice. 134, 417. Blue team are trying to cap mid now. Alexandrius does have another Tactical Marine squad with missile launcher. These guys are level 3 as well. Stone Guard veterans level 2. Such an awesome thing you can do with double tax. Get one with the missile launcher, one with Stone Guard, and you're combating a lot of stuff pretty well from range. Fire Dragons chasing down the Whirlwind. For the DPS they put out, that was marked target from Signum Armor on these Fire Dragons, but the Techmarine went down. Still chasing. Double Fire Dragons retreat. Did not need to retreat both squads. They shall know no fear up on the Stone Guard veterans. Gives them damage mitigation. There is lots of plasma grenades going in though. Only took 2 models. Wow, I think it's 40% damage reduction with They Shall Know No Fear. The awesome other buff it gives you though is a 50% chance to knock stuff back in melee. So it's so awesome to use when your Stone Guard or Tactical Marines of Sergeant are assaulted by a melee squad. Can really deal with them quite well with all those knockbacks going in. Singing Spear almost taking down the Warps Rex up there, who has his Power Blades up. Scrubsworth just has Heretics. What the heck happened? Now he's gone. Tier 3. Chaos Lord is up still. Still only level 2. I think it was a mistake kitting this guy out so early. can be quite difficult to level up your Chaos Lord if you don't have Combi Flamer in tier 1 against a reasonably good player that can kite him around. Don't let him get hits in. 133, 397. Here come Howling Banshees with all those power melee attacks. He's in trouble, especially since he again cannot use Kill the Weak because he used all of his energy for his shield. Heretics are there, but they can't Doom Blast with their grenades. Down goes the Chaos Lord. Scrubsworth having a stinker. 133, 385. Kris holding it together. Raptors on the way for Scrubsworth. He has enough for an Abyss, and there it is. Alexandrius just out of it there, and Warp Spiders teleport out of it, and now he's going to retreat through it. Why did he do that? Does get away without any squad losses though. Techmarine still down here. Scrubsworth now has nothing. Raptors are on the field. 131, 381. Sparring Champion up straight away on these guys. Not sure what he's hoping to achieve with them. Howling Banshees are going to rip them to pieces, especially since they are level 4. Good grief. 1631 hit points on these ladies right now. 131, 381. Farseer gets away. Corpse of Exarch teleporting after her. More heretics for Scrubsworth. What can he do? Kris needs to get something out. An avatar perhaps. 131, 361. Warp Spiders get suppressed, but Howling Banshees scaring off the Raptors immediately. Can they get a model? Look at this chasing potential right now. Heretics with Corn Worship or Corn Worship won't affect retreating units. Howling Banshees coming into base here. There's a Doom Blast, but they are forced off eventually. 131, 333. Down goes the Warps for Exarch. Both blue commanders down now. Level 6 Warps for Exarch though. Kris still with this potentially very dangerous ranged blob, and an avatar is on the way. Don't think red team are quite out of this yet. Assault Marines jumping in. Still have that pretty decent VP lead. Ouch. Kris retreating again. Farseer in combat with Tactical Marines. That's Whirlwind getting shots in. Very good range disruption. Demon Maul Chaos Raptors in retreat though. And they lose a model. Avatar is the final throw of the dice for red team. 131, 271. Scrubsworth doesn't even have his commander up now. Double Warp Spiders for Void Weaver is going to be very difficult to deal with. Triple Cat for blue now. Avatar almost done, and he has enough for an Eldritch Storm as well. Don't try and get it on the Warp Spiders because they'll just teleport away. Try and get it on the Tactical Marines and Stern Guard. 131, 233. Techmarine has been repurchased. We'll now try and revive the Warps for Exarch, and it should be able to, and it should level him to 3 as well. Here is the avatar for Kris, super unit for Eldar. Gives you this awesome suppression immunity buff all around him. Also a damage resistance, I believe. There's an Wailing Doom completely wasted on Warp Spiders. Obviously they're going to teleport away unless he's not paying attention. Vanguard veterans now on the field for Alexandrius. Gives them 4 power weapons, 2 power swords, a lightning claw, and that big mean thunderhammer. Techmarine being revived by the Warps for Exarch. Raptors jumping away. Chaos Lord back to his feet. 131, 199. Can they push now with this avatar? Here comes Kris, who has preserved all of his squads. Has retreated a bit earlier a couple of times, but he has preserved his stuff. There go a couple of grenades on those Stern Guard out. Level 3 Stern Guard. There's a Wailing Doom again. Techmarine eats it big. Was that the Orbs of the Omnisci? It was. Huge engagement here. Kris is micro just letting him down, not splitting his forces, keeping his stuff in melee with the Vanguard, giving the Vanguard a melee resistance, and he is forced off again. That's another grenade, nicely done. Still has Fire Draggers in place, still has the Avatar in play. Back off your squads. just retreats. He doesn't back off, does he? Vanguard being chased down, eating big shots from the Avatar. Good grief, lost 2 models. And that is a lot of bleed for Alexandrius. Lost a squad in there somewhere as well. 124, 178. Double warp spiders. Very, very annoying. Level 3 and level 2. These Dire Avengers need to run away for Kris. Level 4 Dire Avengers. Level 4 Dire Avengers did lose a Dire Avenger squad. Level 3 and level 4 Fire Dragons as well. And look at the red Kris has. Noise Marines now for Scrubsworth. Perhaps a Blastmaster mid. I hear an Orbital. Where is it? There it is. It's on Scrubsworth base. It's very, very spiteful thing to do. Nuke a base. You do get the 50% damage reduction aura in base. And the Raptors survive just about. Triple cap for red. Are they going to take this? Warps of Exarch comes top. More warp spiders being called in, I think. Yes, triple warp spiders for Voidweaver. Good grief. Banshees making short work of these generators at level 4. Look at this damage. 62, 178 double cap. Predator tank on the way now for Alexandrius. Are we going to see that nuke from Kris? Here comes the Chaos Lord and the Farseer top. She's level 6 now, has Spirit Stones. Can support her range blob a bit better now. Chaos Lord doesn't want to die again. Might get caught by Howling Banshees in retreat. I think he is going to die again. How many times has he gone down? 3 or 4. Techmarine has gone down an awful lot as well. Here comes the Avatar though, and Raptors jumping in with that Demon Maul. They don't have their aspiring champion now, so they will not be able to use demonic strength. They do keep the Demon Maul though. Farseer in melee with those Howling Banshees. Avatar was hit by the Haywire. There's the Spirit Stone's heal. Avatar now wailing on them with his sword. And Banshees run away. 35, 165. It's a double cap for blue. Waning Doom. Boom. Banshees survived though, of course. And here's some Chaos Terminators for Scrubsworth. What should he get for these guys? Should he get Lightning Claws to make short work of the Banshees, on an autocannon to put pressure on the Warp Spiders? I'd probably go for an autocannon at this point. Power Fist getting hits on the Predator tank with a las cannon. Alexandrius needs to move that thing, and eventually does. 35, 125. Center is uncapped. It's a double. Red team need to cap here. Noise Marines look like they are going to cap. Didn't even get a blast master for those guys. 35, 115. Here comes that Predator tank again. Avatar down to under half hit points. Needs to back off here. There's an Eldritch Storm. Takes out the tank in seconds. Beautifully done by Kris. He can use another one as well if he can let it cool down. Gets enough time for it to cool down. Haywire on the Avatar, and another Haywire needs to back off. Now it is hard stunned by the 2 Haywires. And has marked target on it. It's going to go down here, I think. Super heavy infantry armor. So it's taken a lot of damage from those warp spiders with marked target, and down it goes. Big loss for Kris. Autocannon is up on the Chaos Terminators. Voidweaver. These triple warp spiders might win the game with this capping power now. The Farseer is level 7. She needs to cap bottom though. Is capping mid, or decapping it at least. Dire Avengers level 4 with their Exarch up, and there is Emboldened, boosting their damage and damage resistance, forcing off those warp spiders with help from the Chaos Terminators, who are demoralizing enemies with each kill they make. It's going to work well versus Voidweaver. And those Dire Avengers continue to cap. So is the Farseer. It's a single for red. Can she finish this? No, she retreats. Crazy. Should have finished the cap. Had Spirit Stones as well. That can cost them. There's the double though. I cannot believe red team is still in this with the amount of stuff Scrubsworth has lost. Kris really has done reasonably well here. Raptors are level 2. Here come Vanguard Veterans though. These guys are also level 2. Jumping those Dire Avengers. Fire Dragons are level 4. Raptors jumping in to help with that Demon Maul. They need to use the demonic strength, but do not have the energy to do so. Vanguard veterans are forced off. Can they get a model? Can they get another model? Yes. Almost wiped the squad there. A nice grenade would have done so. 11-63. There's the 2-to-1 cap. Huge mistake by Kris not to cap bottom there. Up against some level 4 tactical marines. Dire Avenger's going to go help out bottom. 11-56. Chaos Lord forced to retreat. Where are the Terminators? Backing off as well. Alexandrius has a crapload of resources that he's not using. Must want a land raider or something. Very, very risky to do that. He might not have the time to save up for one and then get it. So they take a long time to build. Super units, 75 seconds to get out of your HQ. Grenades by the Dire Avengers. Another one. These Stern Guard using Vengeance rounds. They should switch to Hellfire. There we go. But here comes Voidweaver to help out with that webway gate. Ouch, 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 ouch. Nastiness. There's an Eldritch Storm from Kris. Doesn't hit anything. Warp Spider's able to move away and then teleport away when it came a cooldown. 11-25. Tech Marines down mid. Noise Marines have stayed with the Sonic Blaster. Chaos Lord capping, or rather decapping north. 11-16. Doesn't get much more close than this. Bright Lance doing quite a lot of damage to these Terminators. Banshees disrupted by the cacophony, but eat a grenade and are wiped. And Voidweaver now using these webway gates. No chance red team have up against triple Warp Spiders with webway gate support. What can they do? Chaos Terminators are going to get wiped by the Howling Banshees. Here comes a Chaos Predator, but it's too late. Blue team surely have this. The Chaos Lord goes down again. Chaos Raptor's now level 3. Going up against the Banshees and dying very, very quickly. Predator backing off, does not have a mark. There's a Haywire grenade on the Chaos Predator. And another one. That's going to hit rear armor as well. Did a lot of damage. 114, sorry. So 1-to-1 cap. North is it. And blue are taking it. Down goes the Predator. Scrubsworth losing yet another unit. Dark Creepers now on the field for Kris. Long range plasma damage. Hellfire. Stern Guard veterans trying to force the Farseer off here. She's level 7. And there is the And They Shall Know No Fear melee attack that you saw, knocking back the Farseer there. Vanguard veterans jumping in, or a Vanguard veteran I should say. Only one model left on this squad. Land Raider Redeemer is on the field though. Here's Voidweaver down, webway gating down to support. 11-6, there's the double cap. Dark Creepers forcing off the Warps for Exarch from mid, but it doesn't matter. There is the game. Back and forth throughout. I'm amazed that red team held on, as long as they could, with Scrubsworth losing pretty much everything all of the time. Only the Raptors surviving. Chaos Lord died a bunch of times, got to level 4. Tech Marine was also down a lot, level 5. Level 9 Warps for Exarch. Also had Enhanced Warp Generator at the end. And a level 7 Farseer. Not the highest level game ever, guys. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.